Many of our non-Catholic brothers and sisters have a problem with the Catholic Church and Mary. They say that the Catholic Church teaches things about Mary that are not found in the Bible. And it's true. The Immaculate Conception is not found in the Bible. The Assumption is not found in the Bible. But they have a problem. They believe that our Christian faith comes from the Bible. But that was never true. When Jesus went back to heaven, he didn't leave no Bible. He left a church with the Holy Spirit and with the power to teach. That's when he left. A church with the Holy Spirit and the power to teach. Go and teach our nations. You are my teaching church. So our teacher is not the Bible. Our teacher is the church that Jesus left for us. So when people tell you, where you find that in the Bible, tell them you're asking the wrong question. The right question is, what does the church teach? That is the right question. And the right question. We know about the Immaculate Conception and about the Assumption of Mary because the church tells us about it. Yes. Everything in our faith does not come from the Bible. Get that square in your head. Alright. Now, where did we get the Bible? The Bible came in the 4th century. It didn't come from the sky. In the 4th century, the Roman Emperor Diocletian, he said that he would behead anybody he finds with a piece of Christian scriptures. Now there were many writings about Jesus and about the Old Testament all over the place. But they were not all inspired by God. They were not true scriptures. Now the church says, if you're going to die for a piece of Christian scriptures, we must make sure that it's really a piece of Christian scriptures inspired by God. Because all the writings around the place are not inspired by God. So the church called a council. That's a big meeting with all the bishops to decide what writings were inspired by God. The council was the Council of Carthage in the year 397. The council decided that 73 writings were inspired by God. That's why the Catholic Bible has 73 writings. So what do we have? We have two important things. Number one, we had 4 centuries of Christian people who had no Bible. Their faith came from the church. Number 2, the Bible was put together by the Catholic Church in the year 397. The church could decide which writings were inspired by God because the church has the Holy Spirit. She could decide that. When people like Jehovah's Witness and Seventh-day Adventists and Pentecostal come to you, the question you must ask them is this: where all you come from? Where all you come from? In the scriptures, Jesus said, "Thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." Aha! So Jesus talking about my church, his church. Aha! So Jesus spoke about leaving his church. He spoke those words 2,000 years ago. So this church must be 2,000 years old. Now the only church in the world that is 2,000 years old is what church? The Catholic Church. The Jehovah's Witness Church started in the year 1875. Seventh-day Adventist Church started in the year 1863. And the Pentecostal Church started in the year 1906. So the Pentecostal Church is barely 100 years old. 1906, 2006 will be 100 years old. 2008 is 102 years old. So the Pentecostal Church is only 102 years old. So they only arrived last night. They only arrived last night. And 2,000 years ago, Jesus spoke of his church, and them only arrived last night. Not one of those churches is even 200 years old. 1875, 1863, 1906. They're not even 200 years old. And Jesus left the church 2,000 years ago. So whenever they come to you, tell them where all they come from. Ask them where all they come from. Where do they come from? Other churches have another problem with Mary. They say all this Mary thing just take away from Jesus. You say you're supposed to talk about Jesus. Jesus not Mary. Like when you're talking about Mary, you just take away from Jesus. Like they never read the Bible. In the Bible, Mary says, at the wedding feast of Cana, do whatever he tells you. So Mary is bringing us to Jesus and telling us he is the important one. So Mary shows us Jesus as the important one. Do whatever he tells you. So Mary's interest is that we should take on Jesus and put Jesus number one in our life. That is Mary's interest. I'm sure you know that Our Lady is appearing in Medjugorje. And one day, a painter went to Medjugorje. And he said to the missionaries, he said, I am a painter. And when Mary appeared tonight, tell her, I want to do a painting of her. When Mary appeared, she said, tell the painter to do a painting of Jesus. That's Mary. When you go near Mary, she will show you Jesus. Remember I told you on Friday, you want to learn to love Jesus, go to his mother. She will help you to love him. So Mary don't take away from Jesus. Mary brings you to Jesus and shows you Jesus all the time. Alright?